नारायण 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 स्वामी नारायण 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 स्वामी नारायण 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 स्वामी नारायण स्वामी नारायण स्वामी नारायण स्वामी नारायण स्वामी नारायण स्वामी नारायण 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 स्वामी 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 नारायण 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 स्वामी नारायण 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 स्वामी नारायण 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 स्वामी नारायण नारायण नारायण
ओ सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो ओ सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो लोचन पवरिपुमोचन चितवन जियरानिकारी गयो अम्बुज लोचन पवरिपुमोचन चितवन जियरानिकारी गयो चितवन जियरानिकारी गयो चितवन जियरानिकारी गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो जनायके सेना में जादूड़ा डार गयो नैन में बैन में नेह जनायके सेना में जादूड़ा डार गयो सेना में जादूड़ा डार गयो सेना में जादूड़ा डार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो बांसुरी बजाय के सुंदर गाय के विरहा जगाए जिया जार गयो बांसुरी बजाय के सुंदर गाय के विरहा जगाए जिया जार गयो विरहा जगाए जिया जार गयो विरहा जगाए जिया जार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार गयो प्रेमानंद को नाथ ग्रही कर भवजल पार उतार गयो प्रेमानंद को नाथ ग्रही कर भवजल पार उतार गयो भवजल पार उतार जल पार उतार गयो सांवरियो नैना मार 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 गयो सांवरियो
Jai Swaminarayan to all the devotees. Jai Swaminarayan. In the last Vachanamrut session, in the Satsang, last Thursday Satsang, Swamiji has explained us about Garida first chapter, Vachanamrut number 31. Greatness is due to Nischay. So in the same Vachanamrut, we will continue and Swamiji will explain it more in deep. I would request all the devotees to pay attention and listen. Om Avatarine Shri Swaminarayanaya Namo Namaha Shri Hari Krishnaya Namo Namaha Shri Purna Purushottamaya Namo Namaha. Swaminarayan. Vachanamrut Kattada first chapter, number 31.
Harivandan Swami.
Yes, Swamiji.
Kattada middle chapter 11.
Okay.
And 31st. 1 minute on Kattada. Middle chapter 11 only.
Right, Swamiji. Vachanamrut Garada middle chapter, number 11. Swaminarayan Hare, Swaminarayan Hare. In the Samvat year 1878, on the 5th day of the dark half of the month of the Shravan, Swami Sri Sahajanandaji Maharaj was seated on a wooden bedstead, laid under the neem tree in the front of the temple of Sri Vasudev Narayan in the darbar of Dada Khachar in Gadada. He had put on all white garments. Saints and devotees from various places had gathered before him in an assembly. Then Sriji Maharaj said, some persons study all the holy books and finally come to the conclusion that these books are related only to the advancement of the first three purushats of man's life, that is, dharma, artha, and kam. They do not find anything in these books about the fourth purusharth of man's life, that is, moksha, final liberation. And on the basis of this incomplete understanding of books, they perform sacrifices, observe fast, and do good deeds, so that they achieve the three purushats of man's life, dharma, artha, and kama. As a result, they reach the Devalok, or Brahmalok, or Mrutyulok, where they enjoy the fruits of the good deeds, but they are engulfed in the cycle of births and deaths. Whatever a man does good for the advancement of dharma, artha, and kam is either sattvic or rajas or tamas. The fruits of such deeds are also either enjoyment of the life of svarga, heaven, mrutilok, this mortal world, or patal, lower regions. But man never reaches the divine abode of God, which is beyond three attributes of Maya, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. He does not attain moksha, final liberation, and hence he has to undergo the torture of the cycles of births and deaths. This is only when a man gives up the desires to enjoy the fruits of dharma, artha, and kam, and does good deeds simply in order to please God. These good deeds will develop into devotion and lead him to moksha. It is said in Srimad Bhagavat. Amyo ena bhutanam jayate yascha suvrata.
Suvrata tadeva yamayam dravyam na punati chikitसितम् एवं नृणां क्रिया योगा सर्व संस्कृति हेतवः त एवात्म विनाशाय कल्पन्ते कल्पिताः परे.
O Surat, man of good character, that is, Vyas, the thing which causes diseases in creatures cannot by itself cure the diseases. Simply, all actions of man results in the cycles of births and deaths. These actions lead to self-destruction only. The actions can lead to one's liberation only when they are performed as part of devotion to God. The purport of these verses is the same as I explained to you just now. This matter is too complicated to understand easily. If one's understanding is not clear, he is likely to misrepresent these actions of a devotee. If he sees a devotee of God acting like a arrogant man, ignorant man, he begins to find faults with the devotee. And one who finds faults with a devotee is sure to be consigned to hell. There is a great difference between the actions of a devotee and the actions of the fallen soul. Whatever a fallen soul does, he does it with the sole purpose of pampering his senses. Whatever the devotee does, he does it with the sole purpose of pleasing God and his devotees. All the actions of devotee are full of devotion. Devotion means nishkarmya, that is, absence of action. This is real knowledge. All the actions of a devotee are in fact non-actions. It is said in Bhagavad Gita.
One who sees
inactions in actions and actions in action is really wise among men. He is attached to he is attached to me only. He is said to have performed all actions. The meaning of this verse is whatever actions is done by a devotee in order to please God is really in action. In action. Only a man of knowledge can understand this phenomenon. And though a vimukha, that is, a fallen soul, may follow the path of renunciation, his apparent inaction is in fact saturated with all the sorts of actions. One who can understand this difference between action and inaction can be said to be a real intelligent man among us all. He possesses true knowledge. He deserves to attain final liberation. He is really Krutasankramut, that is, doer of all actions. One who has done everything that he has expected to do. Whatever a devotee does may do according to the will of God and only to please God. One should not find faults with whatever the actions a devotee may do according to the will of God and only to please God. Whoever finds the faults with the actions of a devotee, his heart will be occupied with adharma, sinfulness, along with all its family members, that is, all short of vices. Iti Vachanamrut from Gadada middle chapter, number 11. Sahajananda Swami Maharajani Jai. I will request Pujya Shukvallabhdasji Swamiji. Swamiji will explain us the Vachanamrita.
वरणिवेशरमणीयदर्शनम् मन्दहासरुचिराननम् पूजितं सुरनरोत्तमेर्मुदा धर्मनन्दनमहं विचिन्तये ॐ अवतारिणे श्रीस्वामिनारायणाय नमो नमः श्रीहरिकृष्णाय नमो नमः श्रीपूर्णपुरुषोत्तमाय नमो नमः सर्वावतारी इष्टदेव भगवान श्री स्वामीनारायण, पूज्यपाद शास्त्री जी महाराज, पूज्यपाद गुरु महाराज, पूज्यपाद सद्गुरु श्री देव प्रसाद दास जी स्वामी जी, all other pious and Brahmanist saints, and my dear Gurukul family members. Heartiest Jai Swaminarayan. What was the topic of last satsang? You can raise your hand. What was the topic of last Vachanamrita? Yes, Ashish sir.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji, Dandavat Pranam Swamiji. Greatness is due to the Nishchay. Greatness is due to faith.
Greatness is due to faith. Okay. Okay, sir. Then, yes, sir.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Swamiji, last satsang we discussed about pravritti and nivritti.
Oh, very good, sir. Congrats.
Okay.
Yeah, so last satsang we have discussed on pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti means action and nivritti means inaction. In today's Vachanamritam, we are going to discuss action in inaction and inaction in action. It is not a rhyming words, right? Yeah, it's not a rhyming words. It's not a tongue twister also. Yeah, it is actually a brain twister, right? It is a brain twister. Anyhow, we'll see ahead of the satsang. So my dear Gurukul family members, very important topic, Garuda middle chapter number 11, Vachanamritam, Bhagavan Swaminarayan had discussed. The topic of this Vachanamritam is all our actions can be transformed into devotion. All our actions can be transformed into devotion. Before going to the topic of Vachanamritam, we discuss based on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the fundamental. Bhagavan Sri Krishna said that Karmano hyapi bodhavyam, bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha, akarmanas cha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gatihi. That means karma, vikarma, and akarma. These all three to be understood. Karma, vikarma, and akarma. Karma means action, no doubt. Vikarma means, who would say? Karma means action. Then vikarma means, let's make it interactive, right? And don't fear about your wrong answer. Karma means action. Bhagavan Sri Krishna said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that these three to be understood. What is these three? Karma, vikarma, and akarma. So karma means actions. Vikarma means what? And akarma means what? Okay, very good. Balaji sir is saying that Vikarma means wrong actions. Okay. And akarma means, Atul sir?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swaminarayan.
Vikarma means any action which is not allowed by the scriptures.
Yeah, very good. Prohibited by scriptures.
Yes, Swamiji.
And akarma means, that is very important. Karma means action. Vikarma means prohibited action. And akarma, these three to be understood. Every one of us, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said. So what does mean by akarma? To understand Satya, we have to understand Asatya, right? Similarly, to understand karma, we have to understand akarma. So what is akarma? Yes, akarma means, Yaman sir, Rudash.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Swamiji, the meaning of akarma is inaction of refraining from action, and it is achieved only by the released souls, realized souls.
Yes, so what do you mean by akarma?
Swamiji, the meaning of akarma is that it means of infraction of refraining from the action.
Okay. Yeah, well tried. So akarma means, see, all three are karma only. Karma, vikarma, and akarma, all three are type of karmas only. So everywhere there is action. It is not that karma means action and vikarma means wrong action or opposite action or prohibited actions. So that is vikarma. That is also a kind of action. And akarma, the third one, very important one is, akarma means not absence of action. Akarma means not absence of action, but akarma means action without attachment, without ego, or action which is done in favor of God to please God and his devotees. That is called akarma. Akarma means action which is done in favor of God to please God and in favor of devotees of God and to please devotees of God. That is called akarma. So Bhagavan Krishna said these three to be understood very well and very deeply. So action means karma, auspicious actions recommended by scriptures, and vikarma means inauspicious actions prohibited by scriptures. Inaction means karma or actions performed to please God without the attachment of the result. Now, these three, right, karma, akarma, and vikarma, we understood. See, my dear Gurukul family members, when we do karma with attachment, with expectation of result, with ego, that I am the doer, then what happens? That action generates, or that karma generates another karma. And that gives a sanskar or impression to our heart or to our conscious. And that sanskar, see, every actions make some print, right? Every action is making some kind of print in our conscious. Karma will be finished. For example, we have cleaned the prayer hall. So that prayer hall cleaning may finish within 15 minutes or half an hour. Then action will finish. But that action will leave a print or impression to our heart, to our conscious, permanent. Same way if we have done some negative impression. Suppose somebody have smoked once or somebody have drank once. So that drinking may be just for 1 minute or 2 minutes action. Then action will finish. Bottle will finish. Means will be empty, right? But the impression of that action will lead a very long time, or we can say permanent. So that impression, what it does, that impression generates another karma. Means that impression will lead us or inspire us, boost us to make or to repeat the same action again. If once somebody have tested or smoked, right? Yeah, smoking is done once. Then second time, that previous action only will boost him or motivate him for the second time smoking. If we have did seva once, if we have did that fasting once, if we have did some devotion once, then that devotion's impression, or that is called sanskar, that sanskar will lead us second time for doing the same. And if we do the same second time, either positive or negative, again that will boost us for the third time. So likewise, action, karma, which is done with attachment of result, action which is done with ego to satisfy our ego, or action which is done with some other expectation, worldly expectation. So that will leave an impression, and that impression will lead us to the next karma, and that karma will lead to the third karma, and likewise there is a cycle of karmas, and that karmas will lead us deaths and births, and unending, endingless cycle of deaths and births and deaths it will lead. But same karma, if we have done to please God and his devotees, then that karma will not put or leave an impression which leads to the another karma. In spite of that, if we have done for pleasing God and saints, so that impression of karma will burn out our all past karmas. That will burn out our all past karmas and will make us free from all karmas. Otherwise, by repaying or by just facing all our past karmas, it is impossible. They are crores of in number, not even crores. It is in billions of billions. But if we divert that karmas towards God and his devotees, then that karma will wash out or burn out all our past and previous karmas. And that is what Bhagavan Sri Swaminarayan said in this Vachanamrita. Bhagavan Swaminarayan said that Amayo en bhutanam jayate yascha subrata. Disease, the cause of disease is nothing but either weather, either water, either food. So by eating, for example, by eating milk, if somebody's stomach is disturbed, so if again he is taking that milk in the same form, he will be not cured. But if he goes to the doctor and doctor will suggest to make it curd and add some other ingredients, and if he takes as a medicine, so that is only another form of milk, but that will cure his disease. Is only example. Similarly, we can say example of corona also, right? Corona is also a kind of virus, and vaccination is also, yeah, injected virus only. So one virus is killing and one virus is saving the life. Why? Because one is prescribed or therapeutic by doctors, physicians, or expert, and under his guidance we are taking. And coronavirus was entered in our body at his own, and that's why it is harming us, it is killing us. So similarly, actions, if we do according to our wish, our will, to be ourselves happy, or for our selfishness, then that action will lead us to the deaths and births. But if we do actions according to scripture, according to wish and will of great saints, and to please God and his devotees, then the same action will lead us to the moksha, to the Akshardham. So in today's Vachanamritam, Bhagavan Swaminarayan is saying that one should understand karma, vikarma, and akarma. Now in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said that karmani akarma yaha pashyet, akarmani cha karma yaha, sa buddhiman manushyesu sa yuktaha krutsna karma krut. Try to understand. It is very interesting. Karmani akarma yaha pashyet and akarmani cha karma yaha. Karmani akarma pashyet means inaction in action. Karmani akarma means inaction, and action in inaction. Who sees, he is wise, he is the intelligent one. What is the meaning of that? Action in inaction and inaction in inaction. As I said, it is not rhyming words. Yes, it is very deep words to understand. Action in inaction means sometimes what happens, many of us in the society, they feel their social responsibilities and duties like burdensome. So they quit and they just sit idle. They give up all actions physically. But though they give up all actions physically, but their mind continues contemplate upon different object of senses. So such persons may appear inactive, but their lethargic idleness is actually sinful action. Though they are sitting idly, but their sitting is nothing but sinful action. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was saying that, oh Bhagavan Krishna, I will go to the Himalaya and I will do penance, I will sit. So Bhagavan Krishna said, no, you have to involve in the battlefield of Mahabharata and you have to fight against adharma. So as it was seen in action, what Arjuna was saying, that was in action, just sitting quiet and doing meditation or mala. So it was seems like inaction, but it was action in inaction. And inaction in action means there are karmas and duties or responsibilities paid by such great saints or even such great kings. We have seen such great kings like Dhruv, even Prahlad, Yudhishthir Maharaja, Prithu Maharaja, Amrish Maharaja. They all were great kings. They were ruling the whole kingdom, not just 5 members family. Yeah, and not even just the kingdom of India. They were ruling the whole earth. Chakravarti Samrat, they were such supreme king. Even though they were fully physically involved in all actions, because they were running whole earth kingdom. It means physically they were fully involved in the actions. But even though they were in action, there was an inaction in action. Though they were physically highly active people, but still it was inaction in action. Why? Because they were not ruling kingdom because of their personal interest. They were not ruling kingdom because of their personal selfishness. Just by believing the responsibility or duty or to please God, they were ruling the kingdom. And that's why their action was inaction. There is a very good stories of gopis and Durvasa Muni. It is also said in Vachanamritam. Try to understand. Once all gopis were on fast of Ekadashi. The next day of fasting, they have to break their fast. So before they go for Parana, means to break their fast, they have to offer food to the sage. So they all went to the Bhagavan Sri Krishna and said that we want to offer the food to the Durvasa Muni. Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, yes, you can go. So all those 10,000 gopis, Bhagavan Swaminarayan written the number in the Vachanamritam, that 10,000 gopis with all fully dish, full dish, all different kind of things, vyanjans. They were ready, and they were ready to go to the offer or feed to Durvasa Muni. Now Durvasa Muni was on the another bank of Yamuna river. So as these all 10,000 gopis reached to the Yamuna river, Yamuna river was flowing with full of water. So it was very difficult to cross. Even with boat, it was difficult to cross. Again, they came back to Bhagavan Krishna and prayed to Bhagavan Krishna that Yamuna river is flowing with full of water. How can we go? Then Bhagavan Krishna said, okay, you go and pray to Yamuna river that, oh, Mother Yamuna, if Bhagavan Shri Krishna is a Bal Brahmachari, if Bhagavan Shri Krishna is a Urdhvareta Brahmachari, then, oh Mother Yamuna, give us the way. All gopis were smiling each other and seeing each other that what Kanhaiya is saying, right? Krishna is saying, because we gopis were the witness that Bhagavan Krishna played Ras with them 6 months. And yeah, it is like all were young, gopis also were young, Bhagavan Krishna also were young, and it is like impossible. And Bhagavan Krishna said that, okay, you go to the Yamuna river and pray. If Bhagavan Krishna is a Bal Brahmachari or he is a Urdhvareta Brahmachari, then give us the way. As they went and prayed to Yamuna river, and Yamuna river have given the way. So all they could not understood, they shocked. But as it was fact, so they went over another opposite bank of the river, Yamuna river, and they offered the 10,000 dishes to Durvasa Rusi. Durvasa Rusi also remembering Bhagavan Vishwambaram, he ate all 10,000 dishes, he finished. Fasting was done by gopis, right? Not by Durvasa Rusi. Yeah. But Durvasa Rusi finished all 10,000 dishes. Then they came back. Again, Yamuna river was flowing full of water. Then they went back to the Durvasa Muni and said that, Muni Raj, how to go to opposite bank? There is full of water. Durvasa Muni said, okay, you go and pray to Yamuna river. That, oh Yamuna river, if Durvasa Muni is on fast by his birth or from his birth, means if Durvasa Rusi is a Sada Upvasi, means by birth he did not eat anything, right? Not single chocolate also, or single biscuit also. Yeah. If Durvasa Rusi is Sada Upvasi, not just yesterday or 1 month or 1 year. If Durvasa Muni is Sada Upvasi, means he is on fast forever, then please give us the way. These all gopis are laughing each other that what this Durvasa Muni is talking and saying. Just now we offered 10,000 dishes. He alone finished all 10,000 dishes and saying that Durvasa is ever fasting. But as they have trust on Rishi's words, they came to the Yamuna river and prayed to Yamuna river, and Yamuna river had given the way. They again shocked. What is this? Krishna is saying that he is Bala Brahmachari, then Yamuna had given the way. Here Durvasa is saying that if he is Sada Upvasi, then give us. So they went to the Bhagavan Krishna and said that we could not understand what is the secret behind this. And that's what secret said by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavan Swaminarayan in this Vachanamritam. Karmano yapi, Karmani akarma yaha pasyet, akarmani cha karma yaha. Right? Gopis could not understood. And even we cannot understand. Even today also we cannot believe. Right? Still Bhagavan Krishna's we can believe because we believe him as a God. But Durvasa Munis, how can we believe? We cannot believe. It's very difficult to believe. Then Bhagavan Krishna said that, yes. So, karmani akarma yaha pasyet and akarmani cha karma yaha. It is very, that's what it is said in Bhagavad Gita, Gahana Karmano Gatihi. Karmano yapi bodhavyam, Vikarmanascha bodhavyam, Akarmanascha bodhavyam, and Gahana Karmano Gatihi. Means to understand the action, or we can say that the impact of action or type of action is very difficult. One, we cannot define just by outward actions, it is action or it is inaction or it is wrong action. By outer action, we cannot judge, we cannot certify. As once I have given an example that Hiranyakashipu and robber Valmiki Rishi, right? Both have did the same action, same penance. So if like CBSE people comes for inspection, then they will certify both of them, right? Yeah, both are passed with 100 marks. Yeah. Because outer actions were same. So you cannot say that, yes, this is Daman and this is Rishi, this is Sage. Yeah, because outer action were same. So Gahana Karmano Gatihi means to define that this is falling in action category or this is falling in inaction category. It is very difficult. Vikarmana still could be understood, right? Because it is completely opposite action or which is prohibited by scriptures. If somebody is drinking, we can say yes, it is Vikarma. But in that case also, especially in case of God, right? In case of God, we cannot define even Vikarma as a wrong action, because for God, nothing is Vikarma. Like if Bhagavan Krishna played Ras with gopis, even though it is not Vikarma, it is not even karma. Just to understand, we can say it is akarma, like inaction. But according to detail and Upanishadas, for God, even nothing is akarma. Yeah, for him, action, inaction, or opposite action, nothing is there. It is only for human being. He is beyond that. He is not under the control of karmas. So, my dear Gurukul family members, Bhagavan Krishna said, Gahana Karmano Gatihi. See, here we are not talking about somebody else. We have to analyze our actions, that my each and every action is falling in category of action. Is it falling in the category of inaction, or it is in following in category of prohibited actions? That we have to analyze. If you want to be free from these karmas, then we have to first understand the type of karmas. So, which is called karma? Karma means if we are doing our actions with attachment, with expecting result, with our selfishness, then that is called karma. And that karma generates unending another karmas. Vikarma means if we are doing something against of scriptures, then that is vikarma. That is like surely punishable. And akarma means if we are doing just to please God or just as a duty and responsibility without any selfishness, without any attachment. Very good, interesting thing Pujya Devotees Swamiji says. Suppose while you are working, right? All of you are working at a job or business. We talk about job. Suppose you are doing some job. Now, if you think for salary on the first of every month, even though you will get salary, if you don't think also you will get salary, right? When you have 30 days present, so you will get salary. If we don't think of salary, even though on the first of every month, we will get salary. And if we think also, we will get the same salary. If we think every day for salary, then shall we get double salary? No, we won't get double salary. So, Bhagavan Krishna is saying that, yes, karmani eva adhikaraste. Our right is to just perform actions. Our right is to perform actions. Result is in the hands of God. Yeah, so in this Vachanamritam, Bhagavan Swaminarayan is saying that action cannot be classified by external appearance. Yeah, because it is the state of mind. And that determines that what he is doing or what I am doing, that is action or inaction. Otherwise, outer action sometimes may be same. Sometimes outer action will be good. And sometimes outer action will be bad. But even though there is a chance that action in inaction and inaction in action. So, Gahana Karmano Gati, it is very difficult to define for ourselves as well as for others. For example, like these Gurukul activities, and Shastriji Maharaj has started this Gurukul tradition. So this is completely physical activities and kind of materialistic activities. As lakhs of schools and hostels are running in India, similarly, one of the Gurukul is also a kind of school and hostel. So externally looks same, but even though by seeing that external action, if someone thinks that yes, it is same only like as so and so, same way Swaminarayan Gurukul. No, it is great mistake by him. And in this Vachanamritam, Bhagavan Swaminarayan said very harsh word for him. If somebody is a true devotee of God or saint, and his actions are like inaction, but in his inaction, if somebody is looking actions, then it is a very great harmful to him. And that's why again all Swamijis in this dress will not be doing akarma. Yeah, there are also Swamijis, very few will be there in this dress also, that they are truly doing to please God. I'm not saying that everybody in this dress will be doing like Bhagavan Krishna. And again, to be remembered here is God's story is different and saint's story is different, right? As Bhagavan Krishna played Ras with gopis and said that God can say, any Sadhu Baba cannot say, right? After playing Ras, that I am Brahmachari, right? Yeah, he cannot say like that. Yeah, it is completely fake and just cheating the society. Yeah, it is only God can say. But other activities like to remain detached, yeah, that saints can do. Remain tasteless, remain without any connection with family, that saints can do. But only for one part, like brahmacharya part, except God, nobody can challenge. Nobody, if somebody is saying also, it is like fake, just only cheating and playing with society. So, my dear Gurukul family members, in today's Vachanamritam, Bhagavan Swaminarayan is saying that actions of devotees are looking like actions of worldly people, but these are not like worldly people's action. These are inaction. At last, Amayo en bhutanam jayate yascha suvrata tadev hyamayam dravyam na punati chikitsitam. That means when it can happen that our actions can make us free from all past deeds. If we do our all activities, means actions, according to scriptures, according to guidance of saints, and just to please God and saints, then only we can be free from our past deeds. Pujya Devaprasad Swamiji is saying one more very interesting thing. God has given us this human birth to wash out all our past karmas, right? Or to become free from all past karmas and to reach to the God. God has given this human birth. But we are smart enough that in this one human birth, we are acquiring such crores of karmas that they are again generating another 1,000 crores of deaths and births. because every action is leading one karma. So you can just imagine that one day, how many karmas we are doing? Thousands of karmas we are doing within one day. So if you lead 365 days into 70 or 75 years, so billions of karmas we are doing. Actually, God has given this human birth to become free from death and birth. But we are generating another stock of karmas, and again we are leading, or we are making our salvation far ahead. But these karmas, whatever actions we are doing, if we do without selfishness, without expecting results, or without ego, without jealousy, just to please God and his devotees, then the same action, whatever we are doing, you need not to do anything else. You need not to become even Swamiji also, right? Yeah. Whatever you are doing, same thing, if we do according to Srimad Bhagavad Gita as a Nishkam Karma Yoga or Nishkam Seva Yoga, then the same action, whatever you are doing today, same action will lead or will become a cause of our salvation and Akshardham. But we have to do according to scriptures, according to saints, and to please God and saints. Now, for what we are doing, Manish Agarwal, now our all actions are for what? To please God or to please someone else?
For money, Swamiji.
Huh?
For money.
Yeah. Now our all actions are not to please God or to his devotees. Now our all actions are either to please ourselves, and for you, not even for yourself, right? Yeah. To please Home Minister and many other members. Yeah. To please them only, we are doing all actions. If they say no, today no outing, so no outing. If say no, today there is a satsang, but no, we want to go for Pizza Hut, right? Then we have to attend satsang or we have to go to Pizza Hut. Yes. So we are doing our all actions to please either ourselves or to please someone else. But we are not doing our actions to please God and his saints. Even after becoming Swamiji also, it is very difficult. There is a chance that even we perform our all actions to become ourselves happy, not to please God himself. So very few, like Shastriji Maharaj, Pujya Devaprasad Swamiji, such great saints only can do that on as their disciples. It is, we have to please them and we have to learn from them that how to do inaction in action. So, my dear Gurukul family members, in this Vachanamritam, Bhagavan Swaminarayan said that we are not needed to change our actions and what we are doing. Same thing we have to do, but just we have to just change the direction. We have to change the way of doing, change the intention of behind the doing. As it is very said widely and commonly that winners don't do different things. They do things differently. That means we need not to do anything else as Durvasa Muni have did. Just we have to do the different way. And what is that different way? Different way is nothing but according to Sikshapatri, according to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, according to Ramayan, according to Vachanamritam, whatever God has said, scriptures have said. If we do our all actions according to that, then our all actions becomes inactions. May Bhagavan Swaminarayan bless us to make our all actions to please Bhagavan Swaminarayan and his saints. Bolo Swaminarayan Bhagavan ki jai.
Jai Swaminarayan to all the devotees. We all thank Swamiji for explaining. It's actually a bit, as Swamiji said in early, confusing topic. Yes, it's not rhyming words. It's a very bit confusing topic from the beginning, but Swamiji has explained it very well. So if any devotees are having any questions related to this topic, karma, you can ask. We will ask Swamiji. Swamiji will help us in answering. You can even raise your hand. You can directly ask yourself.
Yes,
Swaminarayan
sir.
Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Yeah, you said karma, vikarma, and akarma. And vikarma people, if they go to God, just their offering, will God accept their offerings?
Can you once again repeat? Vikarma people.
Will go to God and offer. Just for example, I am a vikarma, belong to. Just if I offer anything, just please God, forgive or apologize for me and please forgive me.
Yeah.
Is God is
Yeah, mischievous students and failure students never go to the teachers, right? In worst case, if they go, God is ready to accept, not a problem. Yeah, but generally they don't go because they fear. Before going there, they fear, okay, that if you will go, then sir will ask, what is your marks in English? It will be difficult to answer, right? So mischievous students and failure students won't dare to go to teachers only. So similarly, those who are doing wrong actions, they don't dare to go to God. And in worst case, there are a few examples, Anguliman and Juban Pagi and such. If they go, God is so kind, full that he will accept and he will forgive all their vikarmas. Yeah, God is such great that even till last moment, we have chance for forgiveness. Yeah, like before exam start 1 hour, right? Yeah. Before exam starts 1 hour, before exam, God is ready to forgive. But throughout the whole life, when one did not do, so difficult that he could do that. Yeah. And that's why throughout the whole life you have to do. Don't wait for last moment. Okay, next.
Any other devotees? Yes, Manish Agarwal.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Swamiji, as per Vachanamrut, all the deeds which we do for calm and earth will lead to formation of karma and will lead to formation of births and deaths. But it is also said that in one word, dharma. So the deeds which we do for dharma or the karma we do for dharma, will it be counted as karma or akarma?
Good question. Yeah. So as you said, according to even Vachanamrutam, all karmas can be transformed into devotion. All karmas. But condition is that karma should be done with permission of scriptures, according to scriptures, in the limits of scriptures. As you said, the example of like calm and earth, right? Yeah. Yeah. So how marriage can be in favor of God, right? It is highly impossible. Yeah. So, but still, as Maharaj also said in the Vachanamritam, that this is also a possible. Yeah, but that way we have to turn it, and that way we have to mold it. Yeah, by nature it is completely like Rajoguni karma, it is completely worldly karma, but still that can be transform into, if you think that, okay, if you'll be blessed by son, then we'll give to, right? Yeah, next.
Venugopal sir.
Yes, sir.
Jai Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Only the thing what I want to ask, just previous answer only given, but once again, is worship to the God selfless? Is worship to the God selfless? Is the only way to free from our all karmas and past karmas? That's my question.
Yeah, worship doesn't mean here just doing puja and prayer. Yeah. That's, I think you might know. Yeah, Bhagavan Krishna said that Swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. Like whatever our duties and responsibilities, if we do according to scriptures, then that karma only become our puja. because one cannot do 24 hours
Yeah,
mala,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, and that is easy also. Yeah, because sitting one place every 8 hours or 10 hours is difficult. But whatever our duty is there, same duty. Suppose most of you are here as a teachers. So
Yeah.
your teaching duties and responsibilities, if you do with like whole heart, devotion, and just selflessly, then that will become a weapon for our salvation. Yeah.
That means inaction, in action.
Yeah, correct.
Right. Yes, Swami.
Yes. Okay, Srinivas sir, anything? Secunderabad? Fine. So we finish?
One Ram Prasad from Nagpur.
Yes.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan sir.
Swamiji, you said Bala Brahmacharya and the Brahmacharya. Is there any difference between those two or it's the same?
Yeah, Bala Brahmacharya actually in scriptures, as for Swamiji's Brahmacharya is mentioned and described. Similarly, for household people also Brahmacharya is described. Yeah. Yeah. So, but the like rules are different and limits are different. So similarly, Bal Brahmachari means one who, like by birth, who is a Brahmachari. Yeah.
Okay.
He never let his Brahmacharya to be broken. So that is called Bal Brahmachari. That's what. Both are similar only. Brahmachari and Bal Brahmachari, we can say same only. Nothing difference.
Okay. Jai Swaminarayan.
Okay, fine, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji. We all say Jai Swaminarayan to Swamiji, and we can leave for the day.
Jai
Jai Swaminarayan.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji. Jai Swaminarayan.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan Swamiji.
Jai Swaminarayan.